Welcome to the Putting the Human into Technology Fantasy Football Show. I'm Gethin Ellis, and in this show we'll be talking about Haaland and what to do if you don't currently own him, like Barry. Game week 1 has come and gone, the league has kicked off, it's almost time for game week 2. Welcome to the Putting Human into Technology Fantasy Football Show. My name's Gethin. If you want to keep up with the latest content, hit the subscribe button. Now, I've seen lots of posts on social media this week, particularly after the game week 1 update happened, saying things like, I intended to swap Kane for Haaland after this first game week, but Haaland's gone up in price and Kane has dropped. People are distraught, spending points galore trying to fit Haaland into their team, But I guess the question is, should they be doing that? And the purpose of this video, what we're going to look at in this video, we're going to discuss why I think you should check to coin a poker phrase. Basically, sit tight, do nothing, let other people react for the time being. So sit tight for now. From Berry One's perspective, last weekend is best described as a solid start. Not a great start, not a bad start either. Berry got 60 points. So 7 less than the average she set herself for each game week, so she can get to 2,500 points for the season. And you can see from the screenshot there, the defenders that we selected probably caused that little dip. 5 defenders scored just 10 points, which means the rest of the team scored 50. If we can turn the 1 and 2 point returns for those defenders into 6 pluses, our returns for game week 2 should be back to normal. And then we should find ourselves in good shape. So who should you have captained in game week 1? Berry, like everybody else, had Salah as her captain, and he had a solid game week with a goal and assist and a return of 12 points. Some of you no doubt are thinking about Haaland and thinking he's the best thing since sliced bread, and I should have picked him and captained him in game week 1. And you're probably really beating yourself up over it, probably thinking of spending 8 or 12 points to try and work him into your team now the price rise has happened. But actually, Salah or Haaland wasn't the best player to pick as captain in game week 1. The best person in game week 1 would have either been Fabian Schär of Newcastle defender. He scored 15 points with 1 goal, a clean sheet and 3 bonus points. Or Brighton's Pascal Gross, who scored 15 points with 2 goals and 3 bonus points in Brighton's thunderous win over the rather lacklustre Manchester United at Old Trafford. Mitrovic, Kulusevski and Haaland came in next with 13 points, followed by Salah. So if you captained either of those two, you already got your nose in front in game week 1. So what are we going to do in game week 2? And the answer is probably nothing at all. I think we're going to stick with the same squad. Now I've got some stats on the screen there. Hopefully you can see them. You can see from the estimated points, most of my defence this week are my 2 premium midfielders. They come top of that chart, so they're expected to do well this week. And if they live up to those estimates, we're going to be in for a reasonable week and hopefully a really good return. I'm contemplating swapping Neco Williams for Pereira. That's on the back of basically Forest getting thumped by Newcastle and Williams getting a book in. He scored no points in game week 1. The difference is he's at home this week against West Ham, where I think he might pick up some points. Pereira's away at Wolves. So I might just give Neco another week in the team. But our team this week is Sanchez in goal. We've got Trent in defence with Perisic, Robertson and Cancelo, along with Neco Williams. We've got 5 defence again. We've got De Bruyne, he's vice-captain, Saka, Martinelli and Salah as captain in midfield with Jesus up front. That's our team for this week. So still 1 keeper, 5 at the back, 4 in midfield, 1 lone striker. The game week 1 data, as you can see on that right hand screenshot there, suggests defenders and midfielders return the most points. Midfielders getting 357, defenders 262, forwards just 109. That doesn't mean we're not going to look at Haaland at some point, but we're going to keep our team the same this week because we set it up for the first 6 game weeks. We'll keep faith in the process, and then we'll have 2 transfers to make changes next week. The team performance data from the FPL dataset is quite interesting as well. Now I have to state here, this is not betting advice, it shouldn't be taken as such. You will lose your money if you use this to bet on football matches. But the team performance data suggests that we should hold with our current team. We're loaded up with Liverpool, Man City and Arsenal players. Granted, it's not Haaland, but that's okay. Those teams are predicted to score well across game week 2, so we're going to hold. All right. Now, I've written and recorded this on a Thursday because, it's summertime here and the sun's out and it's rather lovely. I'm off to the beach at some point this weekend. So what we have stated here is only going to change if something catastrophic comes out of the press conferences on Friday. I'm hoping that anything that does come out can be managed with the current squad, allowing us then 2 free transfers in the bank for next week, where we might look to change things up a little bit and see if we can bring Haaland into our side. But that'll very much depend on what happens this weekend. No doubt Haaland will score a hat-trick and I'll be wishing I'm doing what I'm doing next week. But we shall see. And if you're playing, good luck. All right, don't forget, subscribe to the show on YouTube, and it's not too late if you'd like to join our league as well. The link and the code are available on the screen there. I'll catch you next week. Have a good weekend, everyone.